in this video, what we address is how much cardio should you be doing to lose belly fat and body fat in general, because we want to make sure you guys actually seeing actual progress and not just being on the cardio machine longer than you actually need to be. So stay tuned for the video. What is good, people? This is a super common question I get all the time, and let me just say that today we're going to break it down, because I can tell you right now, even to this day, there's many times I go to the gym and I'll see some people that are somewhat overweight. They'll be on the treadmill from before I arrived and still on that same treadmill when I leave, like damn near 2 hours, which you don't need to do. So today we're going to break it down. I want to mainly focus on talking about cardio, but obviously let's break out the obvious facts. To lose body fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit. So for example, if you naturally would normally eat 2,500 calories, you need to now create a deficit, which means either reduce your calories by a certain amount so you're in a deficit, or exercising. My recommendation for actually aiming to lose body fat would be making diet changes that are more sustainable, because if you do it just from cardio, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but we'll speak about it in a second. So from this point onwards, I'm not going to mention nutrition, but just know that if you're thinking you can out exercise or out train a bad diet, that's not going to work, especially in the long haul of things. So just remember that. How much cardio should you be doing? And the actual answer is as little as possible. The reason why I say as little as possible is because you don't want to become reliant on cardio. For example, those of you that want to start with like crazy amounts of cardio to lose that belly fat or body fat very quickly, I guarantee for the rest of your life you do not want to do an hour of cardio every single day. That is why it's much better to make something that's more realistic and something you can actually sustain. So making diet changes, sprinkling cardio as and when it's more manageable, is going to make you able to see much more consistent results and actually probably stick to it for much longer periods of time. First off, you have the stepper machine, aka the Stairmaster. You have the exercise bike, which is pretty good. You've got skipping, and obviously you have other forms of dynamic HIIT versions of cardio. In regards to HIIT cardio or LIS cardio, in honesty, they both burn calories. It all comes down to which you prefer. Sometimes if you're short on time, HIIT's a good option to go. Me personally, for 99% of the time, I like catching up on YouTube videos while just kind of banging through the cardio on the Stairmaster. Now in regards to how to track it, firstly, always go by the calories, not the minutes. Too many people, when trying to do fat loss, go by the minutes. They go on the treadmill and say, I'm going to do 10 minutes. Don't do that, because some days you're going to be lazier than others. There's some days when you'll do 10 minutes on the cardio machine and you'll burn 150 calories. Another day where you just don't feel it as much, you only burn 70. And at the end of the day, you're trying to create a deficit, not just use time. So what you need to actually do is fundamentally focus on the amount of calories you're going to burn. It almost holds you more accountable as well, because if you say I'm going to burn 150 calories, you know on average that'll probably take you around 10 to 12 minutes. If for whatever reason that takes you 15 to 20 minutes, you know that you are not working to your 100% capacity. So you have to either figure out, are you being lazy or you actually fatigued and drained? And these are things that you can track. So always, always, always go by the damn calories, not the minutes. So once you've stopped losing weight from the new diet changes you've made, because you should have made them, you're not focusing just on cardio, because that's going to be very difficult. So for example, say you've already addressed your nutrition, you've already improved it. From when you've started to stop losing weight from that alone, then you introduce the cardio. I'd recommend starting off with 2 times a week, doing 100 to 150 calories burnt on the machine. Try and use the same machine if possible, because it allows it to be a little bit more accurate. It's all about creating a nice baseline, so try and use the same machine all the time if possible, or at least the same brand. It makes it a lot easier. So you start off with the 2 sessions of 150 calories. Now you monitor the mirror and the scales over the weeks. Now you stick to only doing that 2 times a week, because you want to do as little as possible, remember, until the weight stalls again. So say if you've been doing the 2 sessions of cardio a week, burning 150 calories for like 2-3 weeks now, and now you can say, okay, the scales hasn't seemed to move anymore. They don't really see any changes much more in the mirror. Now you can throw 1 more session, so you're doing 3 sessions of 150 calories. Now you stick to that until like the scales stick again, then you can either add in more days, or if you don't like going to gym as frequent, you can add in more volume. So instead of doing the 3 sessions of 150 calories, the next week you can do 3 sessions of 200 calories, and then the week after that can be 3 sessions of 300 calories. And that is the best way to approach it when it comes to how much cardio should you be doing. There's no real one set answer at the end of the day. I could have said from the beginning, just do the 3 sessions of 150 calories. However, that's not the best way to approach it, because you want to do as little as possible. Nobody wants to live their life like a flipping gerbil or a hamster just on a wheel, constantly every single day doing more cardio than they need to. One thing to note as well, if you're doing cardio and weight training, which I suggest you should do, to be honest, weight training helps build a much better physique, especially if you're struggling to try to improve your body proportions. But anyways, if you do that, make sure to do the cardio afterwards. Do not do before. You do not want to drain yourself from actually being able to train. So if you're doing, for example, you're aiming for 200 calories burn on the cardio machine, that could take you 20 to 25 minutes. You don't want to do that before you start weightlifting, because by the time you hit the weights, you're going to be pretty tired. You don't want to do it at the same time as training. You can do it in the morning and then train in the evening. That's fine. But if you're doing it at one time, don't do the big chunk of cardio, then straight afterwards doing weight training. Also, for those of you wondering why I haven't said a specific exercise that's great for losing belly fat, it's because there is no magical exercise that specifically loses belly fat. At the end of the day, when you exercise, whether that's cardio or weight training or any sort of sport, you are burning calories, which ultimately leads to you losing body fat. So any sort of exercise you're doing will help you burn body fat and belly fat. If personally belly fat is one of your struggle areas, it's one of the hardest, most prominent areas of fat, all that means is that it's a stubborn area for you. So once you lose the body fat in all the other places, it will reduce from there last. So don't think that you can find some special pills or special exercise or special workout that's going to target simply just the belly fat. You need to keep consistent with your training and your cardio protocol, and over time it will reduce. Anyways people, I hope this video helped you guys out. Please give the video a thumbs up.
Make $1 million cash for you flatline.